back to another one of my videos. This one, I'm trying something different. I'm going to talk, instead of talking while I'm building it and recording 400 different things, I'm going to do it this way. So I picked up this nice cheap drill press the other week, and I was looking at it thinking, I built it for a specific purpose. It was to create a notcher. I'm not restoring this stupid thing. It didn't work. The drill drilled, but nothing went up and down. It was all fully seized, so I soaked it, as you saw before. It's all soaked in the WD-40 to loosen it all up while I was away for a couple of weeks. Now I'm just stripping it down, cleaning it all up, seeing what's left. And the only bit I need is the drill bit and a little bit of a mount. So there we go, all put back together the way I need it. Actually, no, not yet. Strip it all the way down. Blow all the dirt out of it. Yeah, so the idea is I saw a bunch of those tube notches on a few other videos. That all done. Time to wire wheel it all down and clean it all up and make it good again. All these gears are a bit clunky. That's just the up and down pulley handle. Just about killed myself here with the handles hitting the buffing machine beside it. There we go. Get rid of those handles. No, these tube notches that you see, and they like bolt on the top of a vise or a bench top, and I've been using one before with my other drill press, and while you can do it, it's very dodgy and it rattles around, and I needed something that was just going to hold it tight. And so enter this stupid idea. So there I am talking about something. I deleted my talking because I was sick of hearing my own voice. Yeah, you can see it doesn't plunge very far. It's far enough to get through the tube that I need. My drama is going to be on the angles, but I've worked out a way to do that. So I'm just going to mount this whole drill press right on the end of this other bit of scrap. It's all built out of mostly scrap parts. There's the old toe hitch from the fabrication build, distraction fabrication. That was that Hodeo that I did the cargo on. There we go, getting in the way of my own video. Now these bits will end up being the swinging mount for the arm, for the drill press to bolt to. So you can see I'm not just taking the corner off this, that way the whole item will swing around. It's not very pretty. There's my hole, there's my head. Bench getting a little bit messy there, all the different tools I'm having to break out. There you go, what's this, cutting that up. An old brake booster holder for the rat rod that I didn't like using because it was an under the floor mount. There we go. So those two parts weld to the next part there that I'm pointing at. Drill a few holes in it. Ready? Yeah, you'll see in a second. Well, that's the way it goes. Drill a couple of holes, mount it to that other thing. Clean it all up, weld it. There we go, just tidy it all up and then drill this hole here. Well, come on, drill the frickin' hole. How long does it take? See, this is on my big drill press. I love this thing. You can adjust the speed just by with one lever. Don't have to pull it all apart and change the bolt. There we go, it's not coming into the hole. There we go. Get that bolt in that hole. Show everyone how it works. You didn't really need that washer there. It was just to hold it apart while I welded it, so they didn't get up too tight. Yeah, there you go, you got one in. That top hole was a bit tight, so I had to hammer that bolt in. There we go, there's my big furry face having a look. Just put the nuts on, get that. Oh, you know how hard it is to work by yourself when you've got only 2 hands and 6 things you got to hold? Watch this rubbish. There's the plate on there. I'm just going to clamp it in place using my ball bag and a bit of guts and a bit of bloody 3 hands, and then I threw it and swore, and then there we go. Did it? No worries. I wanted to know. There we go. Just tack weld it first. Don't have to bolt it up too hard. Oh, there we go. Wire got stuck. A bit of slow-mo action. Ooh, welding dust and fumes and shit. Oh, there we go. Look at that big firework. Wicked. Any moment now we'll finish welding that up. Look at that big burning thing. I'll probably set my shed on fire down the back there. That's alright. Now it swings, look at that. So it's going to go from a 90-degree angle here with the drill press mounted there. And then we've got to swing around, get any other angle in between, drilling it straight down the guts of the pipe, which is never going to be a thing you're going to do. So it's really only have to go to about 45 degrees, maybe 60 maximum. There you go, see, all the way around. What a great concept. I still have no idea at this point how the rest of this thing's going to turn out. At the moment, it's just an old sawhorse from the, I don't know, held up a chassis in the backyard at one point, I suppose. Drilled, tapped some holes, bolted that on, look at that. Doing the same thing again, except without me having to hold on to it. Now, I'd had to double check that it was all square and level, so that through that whole swing, there you go, roughly level. It's a cheap little level, it doesn't really matter. It's got to be within a quarter of a degree, and it works pretty much all the way through. It's a bit better. So once my pipe's 90 degrees, here's my proof of concept. Does it work? Does it reach all the way through? Yes, the throw is enough. It's so that I can adjust the depth of where this drill is going to sit. So I've got to cut that actual pipe off, as you'll see in a minute. Where it mounts there, see? That's too long. It sticks out the arse end here. Look at that. So I've got to cut it off about there, flush, because this cover won't fit on. No way. Got to cut that stupid thing off. But it's got to be at the right place, because if it's too short, then my drill, I can't pull it back if I ever need to. So I'll finish pointing at this in a minute, and then we'll get on and cut the thing where it needs to be at. Any moment now. There you go. Doesn't have to be too straight. I'm just locking it off. You're never really going to see it. I think I did try and chuck this on the lathe to cut it off, but the lathe didn't hold the other thing out. So just chop it. There we go. Now, I'm pointing at that sticky outy thing because I needed to get the center of drill height to make my these little things over on the side here that you're about to see me pick up. They're going to hold the pipe. There we go. Now I welded it in at the exact height with the string line to show you that it's nice and straight. My magnet's still sitting there from when I was tacking it on. There we go, all the way through. And that's at the center of the drill height. So if I look down it, good enough. Jesus Christ, have a look down it. No, I'm talking about some bullshit here. There we go, look down at there. That's right about the middle of the drill height. Smack on, actually. So that when you put a pipe in there, it's going to cut it right in the middle of the pipe every time, because those angles are going to hold it in the center. There's my 90 degree lockout pin. Drill the hole and put that right in at 90 degrees. Because that's going to be most commonly used notching, I suppose, for what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Then I'll get a little protractor out and I'll mark some marks in here that I'm pointing at that aren't there yet. So that way I can swing it around to whatever degree I need to without having to measure it every single time. Just go, oh yeah, pull it out to the maximum. The plans, I need a 33 degree angle. Set it at 33 degrees. There we go. Then we'll go and cut it. Look at that. Fucking fancy. I don't have to mount my drill to it like you've seen all the other ones. You know, you got to screw your drill on and then you got to hold it and then you got to push it and it rattles around. And yeah, here we go. There was a couple of attempts here because I don't have my clamps set up properly. It's just held in with a couple of welding clamps and they rattled off a few times. So there we go. Spray some shit on there just to see what happens when you spray shit on there. Noisy as hell though, because this tube is still just a hollow tube at this point. The plan is to fill it with sand. That way it gets rid of that echo, makes it a bit more strong, well not stronger, denser, so it doesn't make the big soundboard for all this noise. There we go, so I got half of it out and then I think my clamps fell off at some point. Actually, this might be my second attempt where I did the clamps properly. There we go. Works all the way through. Now, look at this fancy shit. So I wanted to make sure that my clamps are strong enough. So I put that up there. That'll hold. And nothing's made, it's not CNC cut. I don't have the plasma cutter. They're all drilled holes cut from, as you'll see, it's scrap metal. That's an old bit of angle iron that I had laying around. It's the right thickness. So I marked it out and cut it. Now what you probably don't see is I clamped them all together and then run them through the grinder and made sure that they're all the same size and look pretty good. Unnecessary to do that. It's literally just a backing bracket to stop the flex in those clamps that hold the pipe. There you go, see? That's how you drill holes if you're wondering, and that looks like that at the end. Ta-da! We come through here and we weld them all on, and from here it's pretty much, yeah, weld all those on, clean it all up, and then I'm going to put some similar things on the other side that hold the screw that screws it all together. Look at that, bang, big dingleberry. You wonder why I get burnt all the time. Smashed me. Anyway, play some music now and you can sit back and watch the rest of it. Alright, that looked pretty cool, didn't it? So this is going to be the other side that holds all the other stuff up. But I just want to show you that don't use plasma cutters to cut up all these circles and shapes and stuff. So this is how, with a straight angle grinder, there's plenty of YouTube videos on how to do this, but look, you just mark it up and you cut into the depth. Look, it's going to look like that. A big screw all hold together. You wind that in, it's going to clamp the pipe to that V. It's not going to move. That's the plan. Yeah, so this I just want to show you that you just cut your little slots all the way up to that mark that you got there, and come back with the angle grinder and cut those little flaps out, and you grind it up nice and smooth. So you watch me do that in a minute. That'll be very interesting. See, like that, boom.